What's up guys? Welcome back. Jonathan Osa here with Restorative Nutrition, here to educate you guys and hopefully answer any questions you may have had in the past about keto. Now, it's still one of the main questions I get to today. It's probably because I did keto for so many years, probably pretty close to 5 years. A lot of people saw the results I was getting from it. I always used to preach keto back in the day, so a lot of people had questions for me. So now keto is just a different way to eat. Most of us eat carbohydrates. Our bodies break that down into glucose and uses that for our main energy source. Now keto, just higher fats, lower carbs, which allows your body to start producing ketones using that for main energy source. Now where I think keto got its bad name, a lot of people didn't educate themselves in the beginning. They started globbing a bunch of butter and cheese and bacon and just all bunch of fat on their food without really doing any research on it. So a lot of dietitians, nutritionists around the world just were losing their minds, right? Heads exploding when they saw this happening, saying, oh no, that's completely unhealthy for you. Which I kind of agree with the way people were eating at first. But to help you understand keto just a little bit better, I'm just going to say this here. Ketosis, which is the state that your body gets into when you start restricting carbs, ketosis, not keto, has nothing to do with fat. I'm going to say that again. Ketosis, not keto, has nothing to do with fat. Now, I know that may blow a lot of your minds, but just to be able to get in the state of ketosis, all you have to do is restrict your carbs. It has nothing to do with the amount of fats you're eating. Now, I said before, a lot of us eating higher amounts of carbs. Now you switch over to higher amounts of fat. Now you have to bring your carbs down. So you do have to bring your fats up to have some kind of energy source. Now I do have some food here in the back to hopefully show you guys a little bit more of what the healthier style of keto should look like. So I'll bring you guys here to the back. Show you some stuff here I cooked up. Now what I have here is how I would normally eat keto. I have good 4 meals here I want to show you guys. Now for breakfast, I always want to start with a good breakfast with good proteins and fats. So I have about 1 cup of egg whites with avocado. Avocado should be your best friend really on a keto diet. 3 regular eggs and then 85-15 ground turkey. For the next meal, I have an 8-ounce piece of chicken breast here with about a cup of green beans. And then some oven roasted almonds for another good healthy fat. The next meal, I have 85-15 ground beef along with some broccoli and about a couple of tablespoons of Asiago cheese. Now you can still have cheese and bacon and that stuff that I said you shouldn't have. You just shouldn't glob it on there. It shouldn't be your main source of fat when it comes to keto. Now on this plate I have about 6 ounces of turkey cutlet with some peppers and onions and then another serving of avocado for some more healthy fats. So as you can see, these meals aren't globbed in butter and bacon and a bunch of cheese. I'm not saying you can't have that kind of stuff, it just shouldn't be your main source of fat. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit better idea of what you should be looking for on a ketogenic diet. You still want to make sure you're getting plenty of protein in. Preached that in my last video. You can actually eat any kind of meat you want on a ketogenic diet. It's just the leaner you stay, the more amount you're going to get. So still eat your fish, pork, red meat, all that stuff. It doesn't matter. There's one myth out there. Eating too much protein on a ketogenic diet will kick you out of ketosis. It's not true at all. I've tested this before. I've eaten about 300 grams of protein for a week straight, checked myself, and I was still fine on ketosis. The thing is, there's a term called gluconeogenesis, and it's a process where your body breaks down a non-carbohydrate source. It breaks it down into glucose so it can break down to energy, because our body just can't use food in its true form and break it down and use it as energy. So people hear that term glucose, think of sugar, and think if you eat a good amount of protein, it's going to kick you out of ketosis. Well, that's just not the case at all. I mean, you guys don't feel the same way after eating chicken than you do a piece of cake, right? I don't think so. So it's just not going to happen. Don't worry about that myth at all. Eat all the protein you want. Now, and you also want to get your healthy fats, of course. Now, to stay in the safe zone with keto, you want to make sure you're around like 35 grams of carbs, or maybe even higher, maybe 40, or even take it higher than that if you want to see what actually kicks you out of ketosis. But just to be safe, stay around like 35 to 40 grams of carbs a day and you should be fine. Now, you can eat any vegetable you want. You saw my plates, I had plenty of vegetables. You just have to be careful with some, because some contain higher carbohydrates than others. So what you can get out of maybe 3 cups of broccoli a day, you might only be able to eat like half a cup of corn or something like that. So you just got to be careful and track where you're at. Now, when your bodies finally do start adapting into ketosis, you start feeling some changes. A lot of people start talking about the keto flu, where they're feeling fatigued, nauseous, getting muscle cramps, headaches, stuff like that. What we find the most common thing being is that you're lacking electrolytes. That being because your body's producing more ketones, and as your body's producing more, it doesn't want them. It wants to get rid of those excess ketones. So you might find yourself peeing more on keto. I've heard a lot of people say, I pee a lot more on keto. Well, that happens to be the reason why. And as you're peeing more, you're actually losing a lot of your electrolytes. So what you want to do is replace your magnesium, potassium, sodium. I actually supplement it each day, even without being on keto. I don't know, hopefully I can get these focused in. I take these supplements every day. These want to be your best friend if you're on keto for sure. These have calcium in them just because I like dairy in my diets these days. I don't eat much dairy. But also you want to do pink Himalayan salt. I don't know if I got that focused in yet. You can do that as well, or that, or just sea salt. And a little hidden secret a lot of people on keto do is chicken broth. So chicken broth has a lot of sodium in it, and there's a reason why we eat it when we're sick, right? So just a little hidden secret for you guys, about a cup of chicken broth. If you're actually feeling like you're low on electrolytes or feeling sick from doing keto, you can take some of that. Now, there's tons of benefits to keto. I'm sure you guys have seen the movie or the documentary Magic Pill. It helps kids with autism. There's other health benefits to it. But I also understand keto's not for everybody. Honestly, it's what works for you and making healthier choices, guys. So that's really what it all boils down to. I still love keto. Just not doing it right now. Got different goals in mind, but I'm a huge advocate for it. I just wanted to make this video, make sure you guys are starting on the right track and go from there. So with that being said, hopefully you guys got something out of this video. If you have any more questions, please drop some comments. I'll be sure to get back to you guys. Drop a like, share. Please share to anyone you know who's going to be doing keto, who does it. Maybe they might gain something from it. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk to you next time. See you.